Yo, it's your boy, Coach Lou, from the Horwich House of Strength, the strongest gym in Horwich. Quick one. It's been a while. I've been super busy, as I always say when I've done a video for a bit, just to kind of take any, what's the word? Just take anything off myself, yeah, that's it. But what, I've sent this out to members, I've polled and stuff like this, and it was something that got me thinking the other day. Overhearing like certain discussions, weirdly, of people going to gyms, different gyms, this, that, and the other, and I wanted to know what makes a good gym. And I'll be straight up with you. Like, the answer is the people. 100% it is the people who bring the atmosphere, who bring the vibes. It is absolutely the people. Now, I've trained in dingy little hovels, in little dungeon type gyms where we've got rusty ass bars, maybe one squat rack, and maybe like an Atlas stone. And you get stronger, you deal with it, you make gains. There's a good crew, that's fine. I've trained in garages where, we had 2 squat racks, a platform, and some barbells. That was it. And we all got stronger, like silly strong as well. I've trained in fancy ass gyms. Yeah, not a big fan really. But again, with the right people, they'd probably be good as well. But this is like the general consensus with like members and that. And I feel like what we've got here is such a good kind of environment and atmosphere. And everyone is kind of bigging each other up. And you know yourself, if you've trained with like a crew in the past, or you've been somewhere and you just gel and everything just resonates and you just click, or you've got yourself like a training crew, you just know that you could go anywhere and it doesn't matter because you've got these people, or you've got this kind of like mobile environment that you can take with you, and it's going to push you. Like, you could have all the best machines in the world, or best machines, you could have all the best brands and that. You could have everything you want, but your gym could be shit, or your gym could like just suck, or something could be wrong. The atmosphere could be wrong. Like, I know a few gyms that are kitted out like to the nines, just absolutely. There must be hundreds of thousands invested into the gym, and it just sucks. Like, no offense. Obviously, I'm not going to name names of who I'm kind of referring to, but it just sucks because the atmosphere sucks, the environment sucks, the vibe sucks. Like, there's something off about it. And again, like I say, you can go to like a dingy hovel, spit and sawdust, chalk everywhere, that kind of shit, one of them gyms, and have the best session of your life. Like, you can make gains, like significant, good, great gains. You can make an amazing physique with a barbell, some weights, and a squat rack. That is all we need. Like, everything else is just kind of a luxury or a nicety, having these nice machines, having these specialty bars, having this, that, and the other. But the big thing is either your drive, because some people do like training solo. I like training solo, but I also like training with people. Yeah, depends on the mood or on the session. But being around people to push you, even though I like training solo, I'm a big believer or proponent of training with people, particularly people who are better than you, because they will bring you up. Maybe not necessarily to their level, but if you are down here, they're up there, they're going to bring you up to at least there. They're just going to push you. You get someone who is a 400-pound squatter, or like a 180-kilo squatter, and he's training with 600-pound squatters. Pretty soon, he's probably going to be a 500-pound squatter. Probably quicker than if he was just on his own or with like weaker guys. That's just how it is. That's just how it happens from my experience. And I think that's quite a general thing, to be fair. But yeah, like my gym, that like the Horwich House of Strength, it's obviously based. The name is based off like the Persian zircones, which were the houses of strength, the gyms they have there for the wrestlers, the heroes and that. But I've kind of modelled it, and I say modelled is probably the wrong word, but I've kind of modelled it off. I guess in a way, like average Joes, you know, if like from Dodgeball, the film. Obviously, I'm not trying to make it like average Joes in that sense of that, but you know, like average Joes, they're kind of like the underdogs, aren't they? They're no one's expecting them to come out on top. You know, they're against this big, massive corporation like the Globo Gym. Um, average Joe's is just quirky. Globo Gym's got all this money and all this fancy stuff. You know, they're the big gyms that you see out there, like the not so much super gyms, because that is a horrendous concept to me. That they're too big. Where's the atmosphere there? If something's that big, where's the atmosphere? You want something small enough to generate an atmosphere, but big enough so you're not all cramped and crowded. But I digress. Yeah, so you know, Global Gym's this absolute tyrant, this machine that's coming in. They can afford. They've got the money. They've got the backing. They've got everything. Average Joe's is on its ass. Not that I'm saying I want to be on my ass, like. And they are the underdogs, but you're rooting for Average Joe's. Nobody's rooting for Global Gym. Like, and if you are, you're a cock. Like, that's you've missed obviously the film, the aim of the film. So everyone's rooting for Average Joe's. Like you, and this is it. You can have the most expensive kit, the best branded kit, all this stuff. You have the newest kit, but that doesn't mean shit. If your environment sucks, if your people suck, if there's no personality about them, then that's all for naught. That's all for nothing. Like it. Yeah. So, like, in terms of like, again, going back to like Average Joe's, like I like having, and this is no one in particular. I'm not saying all my members are like this, but you know, some of my friends who train here, so I can kind of call them and they won't get offended, I don't think. But I like the misfits. I like the freaks, so to speak. I like characters, and you get that in smaller gyms with an atmosphere, with an environment. You don't so much get that in like your Virgin Actives, your Nuffield Health, your Total Fitnesses, your big chain gyms, which are all fancy and nice and sterile and, you know, a bit clinical, you know. Everything's shiny and ugh. But there's nothing to it. There's no substance there. There's nothing. There's no character, and that is, I think, what you get with smaller independent gyms. Because there's also a bit of like passion to it as well. You know, big gyms are businesses. Through and through, they are businesses. They are there to make money. They want as many members as possible with the least amount of members turning up. And, you know, the gym is a business to me, but it started out and it still is a passion project. I'm passionate about it. I will interact with every single member. I will know every member's name. If any member has an issue or they want to talk to me, they are more than welcome to. I will be available for my members. I want the best for every single one of them who comes through the door. Like, there's like intimacy is the wrong word. There's like a human connection there. There's a personal connection there. It's not just a number in a spreadsheet. It's like, oh right, okay. Like, I feel like these big chain gyms are just soulless in that regard. But yeah, so straight up, hands down, word. What makes a good gym is the people. 100% the people. And you want good people. You want decent people. Because that works both ways. Like, if the people suck, if you've got some bad apples or some bad eggs in them, you know, you need to kind of excise them and cut them out, really. If they're bringing like the tone down and the mood down, and you know the vibe's just off because of them, they need to go. Like, we've lost a couple members recently, and it's only just brought the vibe up. Like, it's like it. Yeah, just getting good people, which I think these kind of places attract. Like, you know, there's the saying, like, you're the product of like your environment, or you you attract whatever. And I feel like the way I am, I generally or mostly attract good people. You know, touch wood, fingers crossed. I mostly attract good people. I want good people around. And the cool thing is about like these kind of gyms, like mine and some of my friends' gyms, is they will bring people together. People who otherwise would never interact or they would never stumble across each other. Like one of my best mates from, well, one of the members who's now over the years become like one of my best mates. If it wasn't for the gym or training, we would never ever bump into each other. We outside the gym, our interests are so different to the point where if we didn't go to the same gym, or at least originally we didn't bump into each other at the gym, we would never be friends. Like, there's no way. So it's just, it brings people together. It brings like-minded people together. It brings, obviously I've just said like-minded people, but it also brings like other-minded people together. And that's good because these people can check you. Because I'll hold my hand up. We have tendencies, of course we do. We have tendencies to have opinions, and sometimes those opinions are wrong or misplaced and that. And it's up to like the circle that you're in or the environment that you're in to kind of check you on that. If you're talking rubbish, like absolute buffoonery and tomfoolery, then you need people around you to kind of keep you in check and be like, well, no, Lewis, what you talked about, that's stupid. Yeah. So, yeah, but no, that's all I wanted to say. It's been on my mind for a bit, and after talking to a good chunk of the members, people make gyms. Like, equipment doesn't make gyms. Fancy ass little mini cafes inside, or nice, beautiful signs, or whatever. You know, shit like that doesn't, like, the amount of money you've spent on a rig or a piece of kit does not make your gym good or make your environment good. It is the people that make it good. The people who bring the atmosphere, who bring the good vibes, everyone getting together, interacting, you know, a bit harmonious. That is what makes a good gym. That is what makes the gym. So yeah, that's it.